Emily Watson was sitting at the corner table of the Sterling Room. This was one of the restaurants in Chicago. She was feeling really nervous. Emily Watson was wearing an emerald green dress. Now it felt a bit tight around her middle. A month ago, the emerald green dress had not felt this tight. The lights from the crystal chandeliers were shining down on everything. The silverware on the tables was sparkling. Emily Watson's best friends, Jennifer and Monica, were talking about their vacation. They were both very excited about their trip. Emily Watson's friends, Jennifer and Monica, were making plans for their vacation. Emily tried to pay attention to what they were saying. She wanted to feel happy when they were excited. Her thoughts kept going back to the secret she had. There was a baby growing inside of Emily that she had not told anyone about yet. Emily's mind just would not stay on the conversation it kept. Drifting to the baby growing inside of her, Emily was 27 years old. She thought she knew what she was doing with her life. She had a job at an advertising company in Lincoln Park, where she worked as a marketing coordinator. The money she made was enough to pay for her apartment and go out with her friends sometimes. Her life was easy. Nothing ever surprised her. Then one day, Derek Mitchell came into her life. He was a guy with a great smile and big plans. Emily changed her life for him. She did what he wanted. Went where he went for 4 years. She liked Derek Mitchell. She wanted to make him happy. Emily did everything for Derek Mitchell and his plans. She turned down a chance to move up at work that would have meant moving to New York. The reason was that Derek wanted them to stay in Chicago, so he could keep doing with his real estate work. She also stopped spending time with some of her friends, because Derek said they were not good for her. Over time, she just got quieter and quieter, making herself seem important, so that Derek could be the one who stood out. She was making her own life smaller, so that his life could be bigger. The real estate career of Derek was very important to him. That is why she made these changes. 6 months ago, Derek ended the relationship with Emily over the phone. It was a short call, only 3 minutes. He said he met someone who wanted the same things he did. This person understood how Derek lived his life. The things Derek said really hurt Emily. It felt like she got hit with each word. Emily stayed in her apartment for weeks. She did not feel like eating. She did not sleep well. She kept thinking about her time with Derek, trying to figure out what Emily did wrong in the relationship. With Derek, her friends had finally gotten her to stop feeling down after 2 months. They said she needed to start doing things and be around people. That night was really important. It was at a bar in the Gold Coast. That is where she met a man named Ryan. He was a guy with dark hair that looked good on him. His eyes were like the ocean when it is stormy. They seemed to know what she was thinking. They talked for a time about all sorts of things. They talked about things and little things. Ryan was easy to talk to. Her friends were happy to see her talking to someone like Ryan. That night had changed everything for her. She was starting to feel like herself because of Ryan. The man never talked about his job. He did not try to show off what he had done or who he knew. He just paid attention to her, paid attention in a way that Derek never did. Emily had been to a lot of places. This boutique hotel was something special. She felt really alive for the time in a long time. The connection between Emily and the guy she met was amazing. It was like they really clicked. When Emily woke up the morning the guy was gone, all he left was a note that he wrote by hand. In the note, he said he hoped Emily would find happiness. Emily was a little sad that he was gone. She understood why he left. The night Emily spent with the guy was really perfect. It was a memory that Emily would always remember. The connection between Emily and the guy was real. It was something 2 weeks had. Then Emily got the pregnancy test results. This news completely changed everything for her. She looked at the 2 lines on the test for a really long time, like almost an hour. Her whole life was turned down. Emily did not know much about Ryan, just that his name was Ryan and what it felt like when he touched her. She had no idea how to find Ryan or how to tell him about the baby. Emily decided she was going to have the baby and be a mom on her own. She was going to be strong and face being a mom, which would not be easy for her. The baby was going to be hers. She was going to take care of the baby by herself. Now Emily is 3 months pregnant. You can see a little curve on her body. She decided to have dinner with her friends to celebrate her life. Emily should have picked a place. She chose the Sterling Room, which is the kind of place Derek likes to go to. He is always trying to meet people in Chicago. Emily knows Derek goes to the Sterling Room a lot because he wants to be friends with powerful people. In Chicago, when Emily heard Derek's voice cutting through all the talk around her, every muscle in Emily's body got really tight. Emily turned to see Derek coming up to their table, his fancy suit fitting him right, his smile kind of scary. The blonde woman, with Derek, looked really young, just out of college wearing a dress that likely costs more than Emily pays for rent every month. Derek stopped at Emily's table. He looked at Emily with a lot of dislike. Derek said something enough for the people at the other tables to hear. He said Emily did not look as good as she used to after they broke up. Derek thought Emily was eating much because she was sad. He said she was feeling sorry for herself and eating a lot of ice cream. Derek wanted to hurt Emily's feelings with his words. He did. Emily's face turned red because she was ashamed and angry. The other people in the restaurant turned around to look at Emily. Derek's words were mean. They made Emily feel bad. Emily felt like Derek was trying to make her feel bad on purpose. Jennifer got up ready to stick up for her friend. Derek bent down close to Emily. He whispered something in her ear. His breath was hot against her skin. He told her that no man would ever want to be with her. He said she should be thankful for the time he spent with her. He said she was the best she would ever be when they were together. The way he said it made Emily want to cry. Her eyes hurt from holding back tears. She did not want to cry in front of Derek. She did not want to make him happy. By crying, that was when she saw the man standing behind Derek. He was really tall. He looked very angry, but he was not yelling or anything. The air around him felt weird, like something was going to happen. Emily's heart stopped beating. It was Ryan. The man she met that night 3 months ago was standing there wearing a charcoal suit. His jaw was tight. His gray eyes were staring at Derek in a way that was scary. If Derek was smarter, he would have run away. Ryan's voice was really loud. In the restaurant, when he asked if something was wrong, Derek turned around. You could see he was annoyed, but then he looked surprised. Emily saw Derek's face change when he realized who Ryan was, and he got really pale under his tan. She did not get why until Ryan walked up to him, and Derek had to step. Ryan stepped forward. That is when Derek stumbled backward. Emily was watching Ryan. She was also watching Derek. Ryan Blackwell. The name was familiar to Emily. She had seen his picture in business magazines at her office. Ryan Blackwell was the man who started Blackwell Technologies. This company changed the way people use computers online. Ryan Blackwell became very rich at an age. He was one of the billionaires in America. Emily had spent a night with this man. It was a night she would not forget. Now Ryan Blackwell was standing in front of her. He was looking at her ex Derek. Ryan Blackwell had a lot of power. He was staring at Derek with a look. This look said that Ryan Blackwell was in charge. Derek could never have much power as Ryan Blackwell. Ryan talked in a scary, quiet way to Derek. He said that when someone treats a woman badly in public, it is a problem for everyone. Derek tried to make an excuse about Emily being his girlfriend. He thought that meant he had control over how people treated her. Ryan stopped him. Ryan said that Emily was with him now. He told Derek that if he said one thing, Ryan would make sure that. Derek could not get any help from people in the real estate business in Chicago. Ryan said he would do this before the morning, and that would make it very hard for Derek. The threat was there in the air. It was like a knife waiting to come down. Derek looked around at all the people watching him. He saw all the phones that people were using to take pictures and videos of what was happening. He saw how his perfect image was falling apart. Derek did not say anything. He grabbed his date's arm. They quickly left the restaurant. Derek and his date were much running away from the place. The threat of what happened was still hanging over them, like the threat was still right there. And with Derek and his date, Ryan turned to Emily. When their eyes met, she saw that he knew her. She saw a lot of feelings on his face. She did not know what they all meant. He asked her if she was okay. He asked very softly. Emily could not say a word. The man she had been thinking about for 3 months was standing in front of her. Ryan Blackwell, the father of her child, was the man she had been thinking about. Her life was very simple before. Now, it was very complicated because of Ryan Blackwell. Ryan Blackwell, being the father of her child, made everything complicated. Ryan told his business associates to go. Then he sat down in the chair across from Emily. Her friends quickly got up, left, because they could tell that something was going on between Ryan and Emily. They just sat there for a while, not saying anything. The sounds of the restaurant were still there. They were not really paying attention to them. Ryan and Emily just looked at each other. You could feel the tension between them because they had a lot of history together. Ryan spoke up. His voice was really quiet, not like when he was talking to Derek. He said to her that he had been looking everywhere for her since that night. He had even hired some people to help him find her. Ryan had gone over all their conversations in his head, trying to remember things that might help him find her again. He talked about the emergency call that made him leave that morning, and how he had felt bad about it since. Ryan said he had a lot of regret about what happened. Emily listened, her hand unconsciously moving to rest on her still flat stomach. She knew she had to tell him. There was no other choice. Taking a deep breath that felt like diving off a cliff, she told him she was 3 months pregnant and the baby was his. The silence after Emily's confession was really long. She looked at Ryan's face to see how he would react. She wanted to know if he was angry or if he did not want anything to do with her. Ryan did not look angry. He looked surprised. Then he looked like he was thinking about something amazing. His eyes went from Emily's face to her stomach, where she had her hand, and then back to her face. The way Ryan looked at her made Emily's heart beat fast. Emily saw the intensity in Ryan's expression. It made her feel nervous. Ryan's eyes were still on Emily's face. She could see that he was thinking about what she had just told him. Ryan asked her in a voice if she was really sure. He did not ask because he did not believe her, but because he really wanted to know. Emily told him that there was no one before him for over a year, and no one after him either. The night they spent together was the time in a long time that she felt like herself, like she was alive. Emily looked at Ryan as he thought about what she said. She could tell that he was using his thinking to figure out what it all meant, to understand what she was telling him about her. And Ryan, what happened next really shocked Emily. Ryan got up from his chair, walked around the table. He got down on his knees beside her. He took her hand in his hands, looked up at Emily with a very sincere face. He asked Emily to marry him. The whole restaurant just stopped. People eating there stopped talking, stared at Ryan on his knees in front of Emily, who was wearing a green dress. Ryan was a rich man and Emily was just a normal woman. Emily pulled her hand back fast, like it was on fire or something. She was shaking her head. She just could not believe what was happening. She told Ryan that he was crazy. She said they did not know each other well and that he could not be serious about getting married. I mean, he had just found out about the pregnancy like a minute ago. Ryan just stayed down on his knee looking at her with a steady gaze. His eyes did not move. Ryan was still looking at Emily. His eyes were fixed on her. He did not seem to care what she was saying. Emily was looking at Ryan. She was thinking that Ryan was really serious about marrying her, about marrying Emily. He said to her that he could not forget her for 3 months. The night they spent together was really important to him. It meant a lot to him. He had never felt this way about any woman before. He had been with women because of his money, but this was different. The night with her was special. It had a big effect on him. He told her that finding her again felt like it was meant to be, and finding out she was having his baby just made him more sure of what he had been feeling since they were together that night. He wanted to be with her and their baby because he really wanted to, not just because he felt like he had to. Emily felt tears falling down her face. She was so overwhelmed by all the feelings that were happening inside her. This was all happening quickly. It was too much to take in, and it felt like a dream. She said to Ryan that she needed some time to think about everything that happened. Ryan, you could see that he understood what she was saying. He got up, helped her stand up. Then he took one of his business cards, wrote his phone number on the back. He told her that he would give her all the space she needed. He also made her promise that she would call him so he could be with her. During this time, no matter what she decided about getting married, Ryan wanted to be part of what was happening with her. He wanted her to call him so he could help her with this. He wanted to be with her at the time she was pregnant. He wanted to go with her to the doctor and help her with everything. He really wanted to support her through her pregnancy. Before Ryan left, he made sure his driver would take Emily home safely. Emily was really tired, did not have the energy to say no. When the big fancy car stopped in front of her apartment building, Emily felt like she was in a fairy tale. Instead of a pretty shoe, she had a pregnancy test that said she was going to have a baby. The man who wanted to marry her was a very rich person who had asked her to marry him in front of a lot of important people in Chicago. Ryan was a billionaire. He had just proposed marriage to Emily. The next few days were really confusing and scary for Emily. She was trying to do her job. Her mind was always going back to what happened at the Sterling room. Every time her phone rang, Emily would jump because she was not sure if it was going to be Ryan calling her. She was hoping it would be him. At the same time, she was scared. Emily had not called Ryan yet. She was still trying to figure out how she felt about everything. Emily was thinking about Ryan. What happened at the Sterling room all the time? On Thursday afternoon, her boss called her into his office. He looked really upset. This made her feel sick to her stomach. He told her that people were complaining about her work. They said she was not trying hard enough at her job. As he talked, Emily started to feel really scared. She thought that Derek was probably the one who started all of this. Derek knows a lot of people in Chicago's business world. It seemed like he was using these connections to get at her. He wanted to punish her for what happened to him at the Sterling room. Emily thought about how much Derek wanted to hurt her because of what he went. That evening, Emily was sitting in her apartment. She was crying. She was wondering how her life had gotten so messed up. Then her phone rang. It was Ryan calling her. He had found out what was going on at Emily's work. Ryan told Emily that he had made some calls about the situation at Emily's work. He said that everything was being taken care of and that Derek would not bother Emily again. Ryan was really calm when he was talking to Emily about what was happening with Derek and her work. Emily felt like getting angry with him for butting in. She wanted to tell him that she could deal with her problems. The truth is, Emily was really tired. Emily was scared. Emily felt completely overwhelmed. Ryan asked Emily if he could come over to her place. Emily said yes, even though she was not really sure that was an idea. 30 minutes later, Emily opened her door. Ryan was standing there. He was wearing jeans and a simple sweater. He looked like the man Emily had met at the lounge. He did not look like the scary billionaire who had helped her at the restaurant. Ryan had a bag of food from Emily's Thai restaurant. He must have found out about this restaurant by doing a lot of research on her, or by paying attention to what Emily said when they talked for a long time 3 months ago. Ryan had brought her food from the Thai place. Ryan and Emily sat on her couch eating pad Thai and talking. They were really talking like they did that night they met. Ryan told Emily about his life. He talked about how he built his company from nothing when he was in college. He even started it in his dorm room. He said that being successful was really lonely. He felt like every relationship he had was not real until he met Emily. Emily talked about her life too. She told Ryan about her boyfriend Derek. She said he was very controlling. Emily said she had to find herself after they broke up. She was scared of being a mom to her kid. Ryan and Emily were having a conversation like they did that first night they met. It felt good to them. As the night went on, Emily felt the walls around her heart starting to fall. Ryan was not trying to impress her with his money or importance. He was just being there for her, being himself, being the man she really liked. She had felt a connection with him 3 months ago. When Ryan left that night, he kissed her forehead softly, said he would be there when Emily was ready, with no rush, no demands. Over the few weeks, Ryan was always there for Emily. He went with her to the doctor, held her hand when they listened to the baby's heartbeat. Ryan even made her food because he wanted to make sure she was eating the things. He read a lot of books about taking care of babies. Asked Emily what she thought about names for the baby and what color they should paint the nursery. Ryan never tried to get her to talk about things she did not want to talk about, like getting married or what would happen in the future. He just let things be and waited for Emily to be ready. Ryan was really patient with Emily and the baby. Emily was really falling for Ryan in a way that she had never felt before with anyone. This was different from what she felt for Derek. It was not that kind of love. What she felt for Ryan was real and strong because they respected each other and really cared about each other. Ryan thought of Emily as his equal. He listened to what she had to say, liked the things she was good at. Ryan made Emily feel special and loved. Without trying to control her, he made her feel like she was important. To him, like Ryan really valued Emily. Derek tried one time to get back into Emily's life 2 months later. He went to her apartment building one evening. He said he had made a mistake and he wanted Emily back. He even said he would take care of another man's child if it meant he could be with Emily. Emily might have fallen for this, before she might have listened to what Derek had to say. Emily was different now. She was not the woman she used to be. Derek and his words did not affect Emily like they used to. Emily had. She was not going to let Derek back into her life. Derek and his attempts to win Emily back were not going to work this time. She said to Derek that she did not want to be with him. She told him that she had found out what it means to love someone, and it is not what they had. Derek got very angry when he figured out she was talking about Ryan Blackwell. He tried to make her believe that Ryan Blackwell only liked her because she was going to have a baby. He said that men like Ryan Blackwell do not usually end up with women like her. He told her that she was wrong to think Ryan Blackwell really cared about her. Ryan Blackwell was the one she really loved now. Emily felt bad for. Derek, she told him that not being able to see how great she is was always his issue, not hers. She shut the door on Derek. That part of her life was over. Then she turned around. Ryan was standing in her hallway. Ryan had come to take Emily to dinner. He had heard the whole thing. The way Ryan looked at Emily told her everything she needed to know about how Ryan felt about her. That night we were having dessert at a restaurant. It was really quiet and not near the Sterling room where everyone likes to go. Emily finally told Ryan what she had decided. She said yes, she would marry him. She did not say yes because of the baby, or because Ryan has a lot of money, or because he is a person. She said yes because Ryan had shown her what it is like to be loved and respected. Ryan was so happy, his smile was very big and bright, it could have lit up the city. Emily and Ryan were happy about getting married. Ryan's smile showed how happy he was that Emily said yes to marrying him. Emily and Ryan got married in a small ceremony. This was 6 weeks later. They only had their friends and family there with them. Emily wore a white dress because she was going to have a baby soon. The dress fit her belly right. Ryan looked at Emily like she was the thing that had ever happened to him. When the minister said they were husband and wife, Emily felt like everything was just right. She felt complete in a way that she never thought she could feel. Emily and Ryan were happy to be married to each other. The marriage made Emily feel like she had found what she was looking for. Emily and Ryan were together. That is all that mattered to them. 4 months later, Emily had a baby girl. They named her Sophie. She was really pretty. When Ryan held Sophie for the time, he cried. Emily saw the tears on his face. She thought that sometimes the bad things that happen to us can actually be good for us. What Derek did to her was very bad. It made her go to that restaurant where Ryan saw her again. That is how they met again and started their life together. Emily and Ryan were happy with their baby girl Sophie. They were building a life with Sophie. Emily's career really took off. She started working with Ryan's company as a person in charge of marketing. People finally saw how good she was at her job. They appreciated her. Emily and Ryan became very close. They were like two people who were meant to be. They built a life that was filled with respect for each, real love, and the kind of feelings that get stronger every day. Emily and Ryan had 2 kids over the next few years, so their family got bigger and they were happier. Years later, Emily would think about that night at the Sterling room. She would think about what Derek said to her and how bad it made her feel. Emily felt really bad about herself that night. She felt like she was all alone. What she did not know was that the man she was going to marry, the man she was going to spend her life with, Ryan, was standing behind her. When Emily looked at Ryan and their kids, she felt happy. She was happy to have Ryan and their 3 kids. Emily was thankful for everything that happened to her because it led her to Ryan and their beautiful children. Derek tried to hurt Emily. It actually made her stronger. The mean things he said made Ryan come back into her life. That was really good for her. When Derek was being mean, Emily thought it was the thing that could happen to her. It actually turned out to be the start of something really great. Emily figured out that bad things happen to us, but they can also lead to good things. She learned that the people who truly care about us, like Ryan, will show up when we need them the most. The love that Emily deserved from Ryan found her when she was not expecting it. That was a really great thing. Emily realized that the universe can take our pain and turn it into something like her love. For Ryan, Emily was putting Sophie to bed one night. Sophie asked Emily to tell her the story of how Mommy and Daddy met. Emily thought for a moment. She wanted to tell Sophie the story in a way that a 6-year-old could understand. Emily decided to tell Sophie that sometimes people do things and say things that hurt. Emily also said that even when people make mistakes, good things can happen if people are strong and keep their hearts open. Emily thought about Mommy and Daddy, how they met. She thought about the story of Mommy and Daddy. She said to Sophie that her daddy was the one person who was always there for her when she really needed help. He was like a hero to her. The love they shared started with one act of kindness, and it just kept growing. Over time, it became a lifetime of happy moments. They spent together with Daddy. Ryan was standing in the doorway listening to his wife talk about what happened to them. His wife was Sophie. She was talking to Emily. When Sophie finally fell asleep, Ryan took Emily's hand. They went to their bedroom. They stood by the window together, looking at the Chicago skyline. Ryan pulled Emily close to him. He told her that finding her was the thing that ever happened to him. He said that every day with Emily was special. Emily felt safe when Ryan was holding her. She felt loved. She felt like she was home with Ryan. This girl was treated badly in a restaurant a long time ago. People made fun of her, made her feel small. Now she's a woman who knows she is worth something. She is a mom with a kid. She did not know what would happen next. Then she found someone she loves, and she is happy now. Her heart was broken into pieces before. It got fixed, and it is even stronger now. Some people said mean things to her. They wanted to hurt her. Those mean words actually helped her to become the strong and confident woman she is today. The woman she was supposed to be along. This was not a fairy tale with magic and fantasy. This was real life, with its complications and challenges and imperfect moments. But it was also real love, the kind that shows up every day, that chooses commitment over convenience, that builds something lasting from honest foundations. Emily and Ryan's story was proof that sometimes our darkest moments can lead us to our brightest futures, and that the love worth having is the love that sees us at our worst and chooses to stay anyway.